I'd like to pay my respects to the spirits of the land here, where it is gorgeous here in Lumaranatana. Um, it is amazing. Now, Tessa, you sent me a letter and it says Nipaluna country. So, um, I'm like, oh, okay. I thought that was more Hobart, but is it the whole country, which is Palawa? Anyway, sorry, there you go. I might have butchered that one. But good morning and welcome to Thursday, the 5th of December. All right, so today we have the moon in Capricorn up until 3:20 p.m. when it moves into Aquarius. But currently, the moon is coming up to conjunct Venus in Capricorn. All right, now Venus is on a freaking mission. All right, so she's getting ready to pack up her briefcase and get out into the community for some meet and greets. All right, so she's all finishing up in Capricorn. She goes into Aquarius on Saturday evening, 5:14 p.m. And then Mars goes retrograde shortly after at 10:30. Good morning, Louise. So Venus is now like having a look at all of the policies, procedures. Think of that boardroom type stuff. She's got a clipboard. Good morning, Kath. Good morning, Heather. So she's in a Saturn ruled sign, so she means business. All right. So have you checked those set and forget policies and procedures, or those things that help your life run better. All right, so those business like functions. All right, because she is like I said, she's getting ready to go into Aquarius, which is the community. So she's done all the stuff that she thinks she can in the office, and now she's going to go out and see whether that office work actually flows down into the community. All right, so it's these last couple of days of, all right, let's have a look around quickly what needs to happen. All right, so it's time to make sure that you've reviewed your policies and remembered why you set out on this adventure in the first place. All right, that's the thing about us setting out into Aquarius, or Venus going into Aquarius. It's much more future orientated, community orientated. It's about the people. So this is why with Pluto, because okay, so we've got Moon, Venus, Pluto. All right, so as soon as Venus moves into Aquarius, the next morning she moves straight into a conjunction to Pluto. But that exact conjunction is 1 a.m. on Sunday. Good morning, Amy. So, we're heading for changes. Are you supporting yourself at those grassroots levels to the changes that are occurring or are going to occur? All right, so hang on, I've got back. All right, so now it's definitely a time to draw on those inner power. Like yesterday, I didn't train because I was like, that internal combustion engine that is Mars is stationary right now. He is just stopped. He's having a rest. All right. So I had to draw from deep within today because I remembered why I want to do these things. It's important. Even though I didn't have the drive, I had to find that internal drive. So whereabouts in your life, like where is Mars sitting in your chart? Like you might just be like lethargic. You can't be fucked. You can't be bothered doing stuff. It's important. All right. So this is where we get to look within to find that internal power. All right. So now, when you do something because it's your passion or it's truly what you believe in, then the universe will always clear your way. The universe will always give you the things that you need. All right. Whether that's, a good, like an easy or hard lesson, it is what you need. So you just got to go with the flow. Now, going back to the moon today. So the moon in Capricorn, it's very, stoicism, it is what it is. Let's take some of that emotional irrationality out of it and look at its function. Okay. So it is conjunct Venus and sextile Neptune at 10 a.m. So there's going to be some sort of um, emotional connection to a belief, or and I'm only saying beliefs because it's Venus and Neptune, like that sextile to Neptune. It's there is maybe some sort of subconscious belief system that is driving you to this passion project? Maybe, that's a really good way of looking at it. Is there a passion project that you are trying to work towards? All right, now at 4 p.m., when that moon moves into Aquarius at 3:20, it moves also straight into a conjunction to Pluto. It's conjunct Pluto now, but out of sign. So as soon as it moves into that Aquarius at 3:20, it's exactly conjunct Pluto at 4. So, think of those Plutonian words. Is it transformation? Is it crisis and trauma? Is it, wiping the slate clean so that, these new endeavors, those Aquarian ideals can be put into place? Remember, it's the moon as well. So how we are feeling. Right now we're feeling like we're processing. When we go into that Aquarian, it's the detachment for emotion. Good morning, Dommy. How are you? Yeah, the detachment from emotion, because there is a big picture thing that needs to be done. And it's more of there's a job to be done or an ideal to be met. So let's not get irrational. Yeah, and then at 10 p.m., the moon is trine the nodes, and yeah, but that's more of like a later type thing. Who's up at 10 a.m., 10 p.m.? I'm not. All right, so also we had that Sun square Saturn at 3 a.m. this morning. So that is past. So, I'm talking about these purposeful things and the processes. And, that square to Saturn might have been making it feel harder. Like I said yesterday, I didn't train because I'm like, it feels too hard. That square finished at 3 a.m. And I woke up and I'm like, okay, I need to do this because it's important to me. All right. So that resistance that we had yesterday, the day before, when that aspect was growing stronger, has now passed. So if you are still feeling that residual, I don't wanna, just why did you start in the first place? All right. There needs to be, again, that passion project, that what is the real meaning of your drive to do things? With Mars stationary going retrograde, it's important for you to realize your why. Okay, so we're looking for the why am I doing this? Even though I can't be bothered, I know that it's good for me, or I know that it's important. So finding those things when you feel that resistance, although that resistance is, that sun resistance has passed somewhat. Now, Mercury is still square Saturn in the sky. However, because that focus is taken off it, it's more of a building, I feel like it's more of a building resilience. Like I said, I built resilience by just go do the workout. All right. My Mercury was like, it's important. I'm going to build upon this struggle. Say lunges, man. Who wants to do lunges? All right, and that's pretty much it, the confidence and optimism when we're facing challenges feels more doable today. All right, so let's just draw a card because I am busy today. I'm going down to the East Coast today. So Heather, I will see you later on. So at some point, I'll let you know. Heading off to Scamander and St. Helens. What does everybody need to know today? Oh my God, there's so many there. Beyond your fears, the weavers dance. Oh wow, it's like a Siamese fighting fish slash, what's that one? Jaguar moment here happening. Card number 30. All right. The negative effects of prolonged fearful thoughts. Moving out of the fight, flight, freeze and being courageous in spite of your fears. There we go. Finding your why. Good morning, Jay. Happy birthday. Good morning, Caroline. I've got a few birthdays here today. The lovely Elizabeth's birthday is also today. And who else? My cousin Rachel is also 50 today. So happy birthday to all of my stagey friends. All right, so beyond your fears, the dream weavers dance, weaving beautiful patterns of your life into the great weaving of all life. Fear, although a worthy self-protective emotion, engages your fight, flight, and freeze response. This trauma response, thank you, Moon conjunct Pluto, which also includes submit and cry for help, is not meant to be sustained for any prolonged period. Perhaps you've experienced something in your life that has you constantly on patrol. Your brain is in survival mode, always seeking potential threats, trying to keep you safe, but also cutting you off from your connection to spirit. You have been conditioned to expect the worst. Your inquiry now is shining a light on the idea of false evidence appearing real, rather than something that is actually worthy of your fear. Take deep breaths and release catastrophe from your mind. There is nothing to worry about. Allow for what is to be what is. Now is the time to trust life and trust yourself. Release your fears to the divine and step forward. You might feel vulnerable, a bit exposed, but you will regain your confidence and sense of humor quickly. Now dust yourself off and stop ruminating. Take a medium break and gaze into the field of potential that surrounds you. It's all about where your attention goes. And I love that. All right. So like I said, for this one, I feel like, we've got all these Pluto things starting to happen. So they could be dredging up the fear. Remember, yeah, absolutely, Heather. Pluto brings up those truths that need dealing with. Now, right now, Mars isn't actually talking to anyone, but he is tomorrow coming into his opposition to Pluto. Now, this is the second opposition to Pluto, and there is going to be another one maybe in February, end of February maybe. But we are always transforming ourselves. So when we think of those Aquarian ideals, where you have your ultimate freedom, and freedom is subjective. So paying attention to what your heart is saying. There's that moon moving into Aquarius later, straight into that Pluto conjunction. It's the courage of your convictions as well, the confidence and optimism to face your challenges because you believe in those things. All right. Now, this Mars in Leo, which is very much about self-belief and ego and that confidence, we have to turn within to find that drive, that internal drive. We have to look within now to acknowledge our confidence and our ability in things. So yeah, I'm loving on today. So remember, this is about finalizing all of those processes, the policies and procedures. And, I've done this work in the office because when I go out onto the street, this is what I believe is going to make a difference. When Venus actually gets into Aquarius, that's when you get to go, okay, does the office work reflect the boots on the ground type of thing? All while driving yourself internally because it is a belief that you are holding strong to. So, yes. Now tomorrow we have that Cazimi, which is the Mercury exactly conjunct the Sun. So yeah, you're likely very, very mentally active as well. I've been talking about that Mercury Jupiter opposition. That was also exact last night at like 9:30 or something. So it's just still very moving around in there. So just know what is important to you and just keep heading in that direction. So, all right, ladies, that's me. I love you all, and I will see you for our Friday thing tomorrow.